I know what you're thinking. JK, haven't you just finished playing this with Diasoul? Yes. Yes, I have. Now, as much as I enjoyed playing this game the first time round, and as much as I enjoyed the company of Diasoul, when he left the party chat and we went our separate ways, and like most people and most gamers, you're left to sort of reflect on what you've seen and what you've played, I was left with questions unanswered. And you might be thinking, well, that's just normal for Little Nightmares. In fact, that's what's expected. But Little Nightmares 1 and 2 left you with questions unanswered in a good way. This game, Little Nightmares 3, left me with questions unanswered in an unsatisfied kind of way. So we wrapped up filming our Let's Play of Little Nightmares 3, I want to say beginning of November to mid-November. Since then, I wanted to refresh my memory on everything to do with Little Nightmares and the lore that I know. So I rewatched the first series, I rewatched the DLC series, I rewatched the second game, and I did my research to see if there was any other pieces of media or anything else that I might be missing. I know that the comic books were out there and I read them a short time ago, but I don't think they held any sort of crucial information, or at least I didn't think at the time. And then I found The Sound of Nightmares, which in my ignorance, and I'll hold my hands up to this, when I first saw The Sound of Nightmares being released, before actually looking into what it was, I assumed that it was a soundtrack for Little Nightmares. I just thought that they had created cool, similar sounding music and atmospheric noises similar to what you would see in Little Nightmares, and I just thought, it sounds cool and I love soundtracks, but I'll give it a miss for now. That was 2 years ago. But then I actually looked up what it was and realized that it was a audio novel, which at first I wasn't too sure about, because Little Nightmares famously doesn't have any spoken narrative or any dialogue, any written dialogue, or any voices, nothing. But then I gave it a go. And as well as listening to the audio novel of The Sound of Nightmares, I also revisited a mobile game, which I've mentioned in my Little Nightmares 2 Let's Play and this Let's Play with Diasoul, Very Little Nightmares, which is a mobile game, which is actually a series, a Let's Play, which I have filmed since then, but haven't uploaded because I want to film this first and upload this and then upload Very Little Nightmares. So it's a lot. But by the time you're watching this and by the time this is finished, Very Little Nightmares series will be released. But since doing my research and listening to The Sound of Nightmares and replaying Little Nightmares 1, Little Nightmares 2, the DLCs, Very Little Nightmares, my perspective and knowledge of this game and this universe and the conclusion of this game has changed drastically. So I will be playing this game again. This time I'll be playing it solo, which is probably actually going to feel a bit strange, to be honest, because I've grown quite used to the company of Diasoul when playing this game. But I need to do this because it's kind of a tradition for me to replay Little Nightmares again on the channel anyways. It's the one series where you will get a multiple Let's Play for each game. I did it for Little Nightmares 1. I think Little Nightmares 1 I replayed like 3 times on the channel, 4 times in my spare time. Little Nightmares 2 I live streamed in full the entire game, and then I did a Let's Play series almost immediately. And it's the same with this game, I'm going to be playing it again. It's mostly to cover any sort of ground that I may have overlooked, and again, I very much enjoyed my time playing with Diasoul, but the reason I play solely by myself is concentration. I can concentrate more. That's not a knock to him, although We all know how much of a saboteur he was. That fucking Diasoul guy, right? What can you do, man? You think you know a guy. But I've played solo all these years because I pick things up easier, and I'm notorious for being so distracted when I play with literally anybody. It's just a thing. I can't help it. I'm just locked in when I'm by myself most of the time. So I will be playing Little Nightmares 3 again. So with that being said, greetings Madhouse. My name is JK Tiger, and welcome back to Little Nightmares 3. So in my previous Let's Play, I played as Alone, we can see here, which I enjoyed playing very much, but this time I'm going to play as Lo, because I do believe the perspective is slightly different, and obviously the main thing is obviously Lo himself as a character, but also his bow and arrow is the main instrument that he will use throughout the game. So we're going to play as Lo, which is the character that Diasoul played as. Seeing this now, knowing how it all went down in the previous Let's Play, is just crazy, man. Excuse me. I'm sick. Cool. So I would guess that they just burst through that mirror to get to where they are now. Everything has changed, man. As in everything has changed. Now that I've seen, I've rewatched my series. I've listened to The Sound of Nightmares. It's so weird playing as a different character than what I've usually played as. Cool. Okay. It's just so weird, man. It's just so strange. Oh, okay. You're a little bit close to the edge there, Alone. Fucking hell. And this is the other thing as well that I've just kind of realized, is that I'll be playing solo, but what is the AI for this particular game gonna be like? I don't know. So we kind of assumed in the series that we emerged from the Maw, which obviously was the main, I guess you call it like a submarine, the main vehicle, if you will, for the first, whoops, nearly went straight up his ass, for the first game, as a guest. And from what I've seen and what I've, like, you know, doing my research and shit since playing this game, I still have no reason to believe that's not the Maw. I'm gonna reflect on my notes, because I've written so many. Again, I write notes during any Let's Play that has some interesting lore or just seems interesting in itself. But Little Nightmares is one that I've consistently been writing notes for, and it's the same from when I was listening to The Sound of Nightmares and, you know, playing very Little Nightmares. It's almost, I would say, mandatory for you to do that, because there's just so much for you to try and remember and to figure out and to piece together, that it's just it helps, you know what I mean? It just kind of helps to have that. And the only thing I know about, so the world, okay, so the world itself, in this world of Little Nightmares, they're all linked. 1, 2, and 3 is called the Nowhere. And this particular place that we, Low and Alone, are heading into now is called the Necropolis. Oh, there we go. Go on. Okay. The AI's cooperating, that's pretty cool. Not too bad so far. I was assuming it was gonna be really shit. It's so weird playing as Low, man, it's so strange. So from what I know, this place, again, is called the Necropolis. And... Ooh, I thought I shot Low. I thought I shot Alone. Can I shoot you? Interesting, okay. I wonder if I can get a trophy for that. Yep. Nice. Don't die. Okay. I genuinely, for sure thought that he was gonna die. I don't think I made a comment on this before, but those are bodies hanging in the distance. And the Necropolis, I can't remember where I got this information from, but the Necropolis was a thriving city. Kind of like the Pale City. The Pale City in Little Nightmares 2 was a thriving city. And then it was almost abandoned, and it was derelict, and you know, the few residents that were there were brain dead, essentially. We don't really see any residents in the Necropolis apart from those that are strung up or turned to stone. The reason for that is because of the baby. The baby, the giant monstrous thing, is the reason why everyone and everything is turned to stone and the city itself is left abandoned. I don't know the origin of the baby. That much I haven't actually seen in any sort of any videos or anything, but it's an interesting character because it's almost like it doesn't mean to be hostile. It's just kind of accidentally killing shit, and it's just almost looking for a plaything or a playmate. Oh yeah, the fucking Beatles. That's the Beatles! What the fuck were they about? I don't recall there being, apart from the leeches, I don't recall there being, I mean, the Beatles, they kind of work for this area because it has a kind of deserty area, and I'd suppose you'd see those kind of beetles in this kind of environment, maybe? I don't know, any bug people, specialists that know whether that's true or not? I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is where Diasol died. Where he got the ball rolling, shall we say? Oh no, it's in the next bit. My bad. Yeah, I've lost all train of thought. I can't remember what I was saying for the life of me now. Oh yeah, the Beatles, that's it. I mean, aside from the leeches, I don't actually know why they were there. It's almost like they were there to sort of fill in a gap, maybe? Like, they almost felt unnecessary, in a way. Oh yeah, we need to knock that thing down. You looked an awful lot like you were about to fall off the edge, my friend. Let's just avoid that, shall we? Really? It's just gonna be me? Okay, fine. I don't mind. It's just I thought the AI was gonna be smart enough to do it, but no, I have to do all the work. I guess that's the price I pay for doing a solo run of this game, I guess. Yep. There we go. It's so weird seeing what Diasol saw, man. Oh, fucking idiot. You'd think I've played this game before, right? If I die again from the same bullshit, I'm gonna be absolutely fucking seething. I'm gonna be livid, mate. Ay. Or at least I didn't fall off the edge right from the beginning, you know? Anyways, moving on. Whoop. Okay, whoops. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Was there anything else in this area? I kind of like... No, actually, I don't think I do. The thing about Little Nightmares 1 and 2 was that I think you had to carry keys. I can't remember if it was the same for Little Nightmares 2, but Little Nightmares 1 you had to carry keys, and it almost slowed you down, I think. With this, you just kind of put it in your back pocket. Like the invisible inventory thing that every game has, kind of thing. It's okay. I mean, it's handy for sure. Don't get me wrong. I'm never gonna critique that, but it's also like, you know, I'd prefer to maybe. Funny enough, controller's still being held. I don't know how it fucked up so many times. Ooh. I didn't know there was a way down other than the ladder. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. It's not this bit. Okay. I thought it was the bit where baby kind of looks at you and then... Again, I don't think I recall there being any kind of lore regarding the baby that I've seen or read. And the only thing we know is that everybody who the baby has looked at has been turned to stone, like these guys here, and this is why the city and the town of this necropolis is why it's the way it is, you know? Very cool. Give me that shit. This bit was very cool. I enjoyed this. Are these... Can I walk up this? I can. Okay. Can I walk up this bit? No? Okay. I thought there might have been some secrets. So yeah, this bit was very cool. I enjoyed this a lot. Damn. Up in one hit. I don't know why it took us a couple attempts last time, but it did. There we go. Come on. I got worried for a second there. It's like, oh shit, the AI is just cacking out. Very cool. Now, what happens next? Is there a chase scene? I can't remember. One thing I love about the baby, which I don't think I mentioned in the previous Let's Play, was the breathing of the baby in some parts sounds almost the same as the soundtrack. Like it's almost breathing in tune with the soundtrack, or humming with the sound. It's such a bizarrely cool sound, and I love it. Oh my god. Okay, we got there in the end. I wasn't sure how. Oh shit! Here we go. Here we freaking go. What? Oh yeah. Nice. Fucking awesome. Oh yeah. Hey. I love how every time I did that, he didn't know if it was me or the fucking game. That is jokes. Chase scene. And that is how I didn't die the first time. There we go, right. We'll be good to go. Why do I feel like the AI is gonna fuck this up for me, man? Shit the bed. Alone! Fucking hell! Ugh. Kinda close. Is that guy's brain exposed? Do I get a trophy for squishing eggs? Yeah, again. I don't know if the bugs were just a filler for the content. Or filler for, like, the level and shit. But, like, I kind of... It was okay. It's just we kind of saw them and then we didn't. And then that was it. Whereas the leeches, they were kind of there. And it made sense for them to be... I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. You know what? Yeah, that happened a few times, and I don't think we ever got to the reason why Alone was coughing so much, but yeah, you know what, maybe I'm being too harsh. I guess it does kind of make sense that they would be there, you know. I feel like those kind of bugs, I would assume, would live in a desert kind of environment, whereas the leeches, it was very damp and dank in the moor, you know, rotted wooden floorboards, and there was like drips of water and shit here and there, so I guess it kind of makes sense for them to be there. But they were done and dusted so quickly, whereas the leeches, I'm pretty sure they were scattered throughout some parts of the game. Uh-oh, here we go. Nice shot. Nicely done. Oh, I almost fucked that one up. Oh, go on. Oh. Yeah, like that. So I'm pretty sure after this, like we don't see them again. That's it done. I'm pretty sure. I might be mistaken. I don't know. Did we go this? Oh yeah, we do go this way. I was gonna say, where the fuck did we go? Yeah, I don't know. It's either maybe we should have seen more of them throughout the game, like at least the Necropolis. Maybe there should have been like a giant mother insect beetle thing before we got to the baby, or maybe something else, but I don't know. This is one of the things I was not so satisfied with, you know, for me, yeah, for me it was kind of like this area was the most empty and the most I feel like unutilized or ill-utilized. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or if that makes sense, but like I said, maybe this particular bit, it could have led to a boss fight with the mother beetle, which kind of infested the city after, you know, it was left abandoned and everybody succumbed to, you know, that thing. And then maybe, you know, as we're fighting the beetle, there could have been a giant crow, because we see crow or raven, whatever they are, and the ravens and the beetles have a little war and they battle each, and that could have been sick. It could have been like, what the fuck, why? That would have added a little bit of something to the game, but it just, this whole area just seems so empty, and I guess that's intentional for the most part, but it could have done with a little extra, you know? A little something extra, in my opinion. I'm not here to critique the game, by the way. I'm not here to play this game just to critique it from start to finish, but I do have my criticisms about the game, so I'm not gonna sort of be shy about, you know, saying my bit. Should I try and jump down from here? I'm gonna fuck it, I'm gonna try and do it. Yeah, look at that. Oh, mate. Alone, you could have done that too. Should we wait? I'm going to assume that Alone is... That sounds like Alone's coming up. I was just going to say, it's been a minute. Wait. There we go. Do I need... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do I need to wait for alone? I don't think I do. Guys, I don't want to jinx it. Touch wood, but the AI seems to be behaving quite nicely, so... Although I probably have just jinxed it, to be fair. What's this next bit? I can't remember. Is it a chase scene? It might be a chase scene. Nope, it's not a chase scene. Yeah! I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but I think we all know what I was gonna say. If you've watched the first Let's Play, I think we all know what I was gonna say. Don't we, Dire Soul? Anyways, moving on swiftly. Anything that was hanging in this game, I kind of assumed you could shoot it. Also, in the beginning, dude, I walked past it and I saw it and I was gonna make a point. I saw a dangly thing which looked like a punching bag, and it was the fucking pacifier, the dummy for the baby, and I didn't even clock on. I was like, oh, it's a punching bag. To be fair, it looked like a punching bag, but it's a fucking pacifier, Jesus Christ. Do we jump in the hole for this one? I think we do. Nice. Whoa. See, it almost sounds musical, the way it's breathing and the way it's humming. It almost sounds musical. I will say the baby is a very intriguing character, but I just don't remember seeing or reading anything about it. And now this is something we walked past and didn't talk about, but I kind of noticed during editing, and that's the beauty of editing, is especially if you do it yourself for your own videos, is that you pick up on things that you maybe missed in your first Let's Play. This looks like a sacrifice. I don't know about you, it looks like a sacrifice. That guy, they're all stood there watching in some way. Some are trying to deflect their eyes so they don't get caught out. But this guy in the center here almost looks like he's a willing sacrifice, or that he's just accepting his fate. Maybe not a willing sacrifice, but he's accepted that this is his fate. And the eye that's drawn around him with this kind of ash, I'm assuming it might be some kind of bone meal. I would assume that because of the amount of bird skulls there are in the game. Or it could be human or bones of their dead, we don't really know. Maybe, again, we don't know much about the baby, but maybe guys like this and the bodies being strung up were offerings to the baby so that everybody else might be spared. Evidently, it doesn't look like anybody was spared, but this is one of the theories that I've seen and I've come up with since obviously rewatching this series while editing, and you know, you kind of fill in gaps. Oh yeah, I forgot. It looked like Alone shook her head just like, this fucking guy, it's not like he hasn't played this game before, eh? Do you want to finish the job though, mate? Do you want to fucking... No, come on. No. Yes. Finish it. Yeah. See, shook her head again, just like, oh, maybe I'm the dummy. Yeah, you are the fucking dummy. Thanks. That's a baby toy. Like a necklace or a rattle or something. I don't know. Oh, yeah, this bit. This bit was really cool. But also, something that I didn't really question at the time, and you will see in a second. Just dropped and released. Nothing happened. Caught us, looked at us, dropped us. Why? And now we're back in the institution. So now that we've played the game already, we know 100% for a fact that that wasn't Roger, the janitor. Fuck's sake. A message came up on the camera, and then it stopped recording, and I forgot to pause while I was trying to fix the camera, so it's back, but we missed a little. We haven't missed it because I've already played, but whatever. What I was saying was, we know that the character that we see in the window of the institution, the window of Lowe's cell, isn't Roger, the janitor. I think I know who it is, but I'm going to save that towards the end of the game. This is relevant very much to this is the area where we said, Diaso and I said it would be a really cool thumbnail, and you know what, I might still use this as the thumbnail for this video because it looks really sick. It all makes sense now since listening to The Sound of Nightmares. Is that a mirror? Now I assumed that this would be writings and scribblings that will be relevant to how you defeat the baby, but I don't think it is, because this one in particular looks like the eye is shining on a mirror and deflecting, but we don't do that in the fight. So it's scribblings for something else, but I just don't know what, and it's to do with mirrors, but I don't think there was any kind of reflection. That looks like the carnival with the Ferris wheel. I could be wrong, but that looks like the carnival. Or maybe it's a windmill. I'm pretty sure there was a windmill here. Was there? I can't remember. In the necropolis, I mean. But yeah, this is what I was saying. The baby picks you up, looks at you, and then drops you. Why? Why did it not kill us? And why are we here? It just felt kind of strange, and something that I didn't really pick up on at the time, mostly because obviously, you know, a giant baby picked me up. It's kind of overwhelming. But it just felt kind of strange, you know? I almost fucking died. Holy shit. Woo! Oh boy. Oh! Lo, you are Fuck, alone, you are running some risks, my friend. Holy shit. Whew. Yeah, again, it's so weird. It's such a strange feeling of it's normal to be playing this game by myself because, you know, I play all my games by myself, but it's also so strange to not hear another voice while playing this particular game. It's such a weird feeling, man. Right, this time smash it all the way in. Good job. Nicely done. Maybe it was something I did the first time, I can't remember. Sort of like pulled her away. It's such a creepy looking... Is it an automaton? Is it a robot? Is it alive? Because that could be a mask, and masks are a reoccurring theme in Little Nightmares, whichever one it is, you know? So it could well be. I don't know. So strange. But again, yeah, I don't think there was any lore that I uncovered about motherfucker. Sorry. Do it. Smash his fucking head in. Go on. Dude. No? Oh yeah, it's me. Oops. Right, let's fucking hide. Part of me wants to hide against that wall like I planned to in the in the first Let's Play. I think I would have been okay, but then the hand comes through and I don't know if that would be where I'd fuck up and die. I think I would have been okay. I think I would have been okay, to be honest with you. Whoa! Now imagine if I fell to my death doing that. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. Not me though. Definitely not me. Oh my god. Come on. Don't. Oh my days. I'm gonna fucking shoot you in a minute. I just can't get the help these days, you know? Right. We are right here. Please. Pull on the fucking... Yeah, that looks promising. There we go. It's alright, I just had to reload the game. Well, the chapter. It's fine. Do we get chased through this bit? I can't remember. Do we? I think we do for the next bit, right? Ah, hoist. There we go. Don't hey me, I've been haying you this entire time, man. So this is also another thing that Dire Soul and I kind of mentioned in the Let's Play. We maybe didn't mention it this early on, but I'm gonna mention it now, is that as far as the co-op, where we're both kind of having to do stuff to help one another, or just if there's any missions in general that had, or any sort of levels or puzzles that had a cooperative side to it, there wasn't that much of it for us to really make a comment on. Like, maybe this, I think there was a bit in, oh yeah, the baby comes around the corner at this part, right? I can be very fucking quick. Hide. Oh, we're fine. That's cool. But yeah, in terms of the co-op itself, I don't think there was actually an awful lot to do, or it wasn't utilized enough, I think is what the conclusion that we both came to, which is really strange, because they really made a big hype about the co-op in the game, and it just didn't seem like there was much to do, or much about it. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate and, I was gonna say, how the fuck did we do this last time if it's just gonna concentrate on that bit? But no, we need to be quick. Okay. Ooh! Oh! Yo! Ooh! Nice. Okay. I'm kind of waiting for the AI because I'm low-key anticipating it to not make it sometimes, because it froze then earlier trying to open the door. Maybe it'll do the same. I don't know. I'm just kind of anticipating the AI to suck. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Right, I need to sprint on this bit, right? Let's go. Let's fucking go. That could have been bad. I can't remember how to do this next bit. I think it's this. Yeah, it was this. Attack of the Crows. Yeah, fuck off. But that's the thing. The crows attacked, but for why? Why did they attack? What made them attack? They just kind of did it randomly, out of nowhere. Were the crows watching us this entire time and they thought, oh, well these guys are trying to survive. We've seen the horrors of what this thing can do to all the people and has done to all the people. Maybe we should, maybe, I don't know. But, as far as the necropolis goes, because this is pretty much the end of it now, it was easily the most dead area. Like, there wasn't much to it. The baby was the biggest thing. Peekaboo. I don't know what that trophy was, or why I got it. But it was like the one and only thing. There were small things in the city itself, like, you know, all the people turned to stone, and the city itself was kind of interesting, and the bugs, although they were kind of just there 1 minute and then gone the next, it had little bits, but it wasn't enough. You know, it was kind of, yeah, I don't know. Let's just jump down this hole. Which we definitely didn't do the first time and die. That's for sure. again, not only just playing the game for a second time and knowing how it ends and knowing why certain things are the way they are, but after doing more research, it's just the difference on perspective when you play this the second time round is just crazy, man. It's just insane. And this is where I'm going to end the episode here. I'm going to try and do this chapter by chapter. So Necropolis, Candy Factory, Carnival, Institution, and I think that's it. 4 chapters. Rah, that's it. Okay, fine. But yeah, that's I'm gonna try and end each episode with my thoughts on each episode and what I've learned since playing the game for the first time. We know it's called the Necropolis. It's a city in the nowhere, or it's a city in the nowhere, which used to be a desert city, which I think had a lot of life and a lot of a lot going on, basically. And this baby, this titan of a baby, this monster comes out of nowhere. I don't know if it was already in the city or if it was nearby, but it stumbled in. And obviously that would ensue panic. A lot of these city people or these villagers or whatever they are, they would freak out, and a lot of them died. You could see a lot of them were trying to hide their faces and trying not. It was kind of, maybe they had an idea like it was kind of like a Medusa thing, where if you look directly in its eye, that's when you turn to stone. But obviously, evidently, that's just not the case. It got to a point where it was desperation, and they were offering up sacrifices. Obviously, like the guy standing in the drawn eyeball on the floor, and they were offering up people to maybe spare them. It didn't help, obviously. The bugs, I think the bugs were just part of the environment. I don't think they had any relevance in any kind of way. I guess it's the same for the leeches. Except the leeches, you see them and then you don't, and then you see them and then you don't. Whereas the bugs, they're kind of there and then they're gone. Whereas I feel like if you'd have just teased them here and there and maybe had a few instances where if it was empty in certain areas, you'd have bugs flying towards you and you'd have to shoot them down and catch them out. Or maybe do that while the baby's nearby and you have to avoid both. That would have been so cool. Definitely very challenging, I think that would have been, but I don't know. And the crows, I don't fully understand the lore behind the crows there. I was gonna say my original theory. So when I ended the game first, I had the idea that this is all in Lo's head, that Lo imagined the entire world of Little Nightmares. I mean, it makes sense with the bird mask and the Necropolis having a theme of birds with bird skulls and ravens and crows and stuff, but I just don't think it is like that. I don't think that's the case in this particular instance, but I don't know. The crows are a mystery to me. Maybe they were just a big thing in the city. Maybe that was like the animal for that city was the crow. I don't know. Maybe, or maybe they came in once everybody had died. But anyways, I'm gonna end the episode here, and we will continue in the Candy Factory in the next one. But for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, I will see you in the next episode of Little Nightmares 3.
Until next time, Meadows.